Good morning. Good morning.
And finally, new rule, nothing with crypto in the title ever turns out good.
Don't write me about Bitcoin, please. I don't give a so don't ask me.
Bitcoin happens to use a lot of energy. It happens to promote anonymous transactions.
Bitcoin is not a currency.
Not bullish on Bitcoin.
You, John McAfee, believe in the power of Bitcoin. So much so that you'll put your on the table, chop it up, put it in your mouth, swallow.
If it doesn't reach at least $1 million.
99.999% of the people that own Bitcoin are f***ing morons. That's just it.
What's it feel like to be a Bitcoin?
I don't have any Bitcoin.
You don't?
No.
Okay.
Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the GM show. Welcome.
Good morning.
Good morning. It's crazy. There's a lot to talk about today. And this is obviously the GM show. You know where you are. This is the crypto morning news show, technical analysis and NFTs. We go over it all nice, bright, and early. Before we hop in though today, let's do a little shilling. Of course, our own website, gmdefi.xyz, is where you can find everything GM DeFi tools and support the show. Contact us if you want to, tell us how much you love us. Also, really what we want you to check out right now is our Morning Friends NFT project. This is our upcoming NFT for this show, for this community. And you can check it out, Morning Friends on Twitter. We posted a little update yesterday that we wanted to give you guys a little more detail about today. Morning Friends harvest due during the GM DeFi live show. Collecting dew levels up your Morning Friends to unlock rewards, and top dew harvesters are rewarded handsomely, and there are ways to also increase your dew yield. So these are kind of some hints, but anything you want to kind of elaborate on there, Mr. Jones? That you'd like to tell the people more about?
No, I think you pretty much nailed it all there. I mean, just the idea of owning a Morning Friends allows you to collect dew every day when we have the show. So, yeah, it's simple as that. It's
not quite staking, right? It's not staking. It's our utility. And
I was about to say, yep, you took it out of you nailed it. Yeah, utility. That's what it is.
Token.
So,
and this is just a way that we want to reward the people that watch this show every day, the you guys that are hardcore fans. And we also hope that this will help us expand the show, build the audience, and get more people in here, expand this community. And I know we like it being cozy, but it wouldn't be bad to let a few more people into our cozy little space. So
it'll be fun.
It will be fun. And it'll be a pretty low cap is what we'll say for now. It's going to be pretty low cap
for sure.
Yes, that's really it. I'm trying to think of what else. There will be a dew leaderboard.
Yeah.
So, and there is going to be, maybe we won't say that yet, but people who collect a lot of dew are going to get rewards.
Because we didn't say how far we were going to talk about this. I was like, I don't know what I really want to say because I don't want to say the wrong thing. Yeah.
Well,
so
I mean, most of the details are pretty much worked out. It's just a matter of a couple numbers that we have to finalize, and that's it. But we are building this out, so you'll be able to come to the website. You'll be able to watch the show, interact with the chat, everything there.
A reveal of the Morning Friend is this week.
Yeah, we'll probably reveal the artwork this week. Yep, probably. Probably Friday, maybe Monday. We'll see.
Yeah.
You'll be able to go to the website, watch the show, and you'll be able to collect your due every morning during the show. It'll be for a limited amount of hours, only during the show. So
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of little rules to it, but let's get into just the nitty gritty, shall we?
Yeah, let's check this
Oh
out. What's
man,
going
so
on today?
crypto market sheds $80 billion in a matter of hours. Bitcoin struggling at 20K.
Yeah.
ETH is hovering around 1,000. We're gonna get into the charts, of course, but what like this is just the beginning of everything. I mean, yeah, there's the number go down for sure, but the Fed is expected to announce the biggest rate hike in 28 years today. So there's a lot of just kind of FUD every time the Fed is going to do a rate hike.
Yeah.
They're
But,
expecting about
yeah,
3/4
and
of a
it's
point
really
of rate.
because a lot of the talk on the streets is that the Fed acted too late. So now they're having to play catch up.
Yeah.
And I think, I don't know. You know how they're all like, the Fed keeps saying, like, oh, we're going to have a soft landing for this economy, a soft landing. We're going to avoid a recession.
Feels like it's
have a
going to be soft.
soft landing.
It's been soft so far.
Yeah, well, I at the time I thought, you know what, this is possible because the job market's super strong. The housing super strong and all this. But it's kind of, I don't know. I'm starting to get a lot more like, I think that's a lot less likely now, just because I see, right? We have a lot more companies posting layoffs, a lot more. So I think the job market's gonna get a shakedown
here. Yeah.
Which will just have a larger effect on the overall
the entire economy. Yeah.
I think right now we're already seeing like spending behavior
Completely.
and all that, like people's money and savings account has gone down like people just aren't saving in the near like before
tighter,
like last
for
year's
sure.
like save. Now it's like I think it was it dropped by like 80% from a year ago.
Everybody's spending their savings on gas.
Yeah. I mean, gas is it's gas.
I mean, and if you have to commute, it's my girlfriend commutes every day, and man, it's like the gas is just getting to be kind of crazy. So, yeah, there's a lot of things going on. We got Tron's USDD has dipped below 96 cents, entering its third day adrift. And I know they keep pumping more money into it to try to just help keep it afloat, but it just cannot repeg. So gosh, it's just is this like an attack? I mean, I know
what is
the attack, right? But what
is it right now? Is it still in the 90s? Is it 95 cents?
Well, it looks like it dipped as low as 95 cents this morning before recovering to 97 cents at the time of this writing of this article this morning. So yeah, check it out. But it is interesting. It's like what's happening with these stable coins? And I'm not big brain enough to totally understand everything going on and why these are depegging. And I'm too scatterbrained I'm like looking at a million things every day. So I haven't really figured it out. Maybe somebody who's really smart in the chat can give us the alpha, but either way, it seems like something weird is going on. We have the second stable coin here to kind of be under what almost seems like a sustained pressure, some kind of sustained pressure going on.
Right.
And Dolph says stable coins always felt like BS. Either you have the assets to back it up or not. Well, that's the other question, right? And Tether is denying accusations about its reserves and its connections to Celsius and Three Arrows Capital, both which are also imploding. It looks like USDT Tether released a denial of rumors regarding the portfolio of commercial papers that make up USDT's coverage reserves. Tether also said there was no exposure to the CDFI platform Celsius and crypto hedge fund Three Arrows Capital. According to the rumors, which were later denied by the company, Tether's commercial paper portfolio consisted of nearly 90% Chinese and other securities and traded at a 30% discount due to market conditions. Tether and its spokesman, Paolo Arduino, denied the rumors, calling them an attempt to create fear, uncertainty, and dump. So, this is the constant question for Tether that people always ask
Yeah.
is about the reserves. Those are always the question, right? And that's like we were saying yesterday. It's so funny because as everybody was bragging about Terra keeps pumping Bitcoin into their reserves, and and everyone was skeptical of Tether, but Tether's still here for now. So
Yeah. Well, is USD? Who does US? What is it? US? Is it USDC? Which one is the second? The next one up?
Yeah, USDC is the other big one.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm
and that has more, I think, traditional backing. I want to say that's more of some traditional investment or traditional money.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, which one of these is more secure?
Because I remember hearing when the Terra stuff started, or the Terra stuff. I keep getting Terra and Tether mixed up in my head, my small brain. Terra stuff started going down. I remember some people were speculating, oh, maybe this is the people who are behind USDC, like essentially attacking their competitors and this and that. So of course, the rumor mill. Today's the day we were supposed to get that tweet about the orgies, by the way. So I'm waiting for my orgies. Give me the evidence.
Oh yeah, that was so. Dude, that guy just disappeared. Nothing happened, huh?
Yes,
that was a big old nothing burger, bro.
Maybe he died earlier than he thought he was going to die.
I think it was just a giant nothing burger.
He thought he was going to die in a couple months. He's like, I got a couple months left, but then he died the day after he made that tweet. Maybe.
That was some FUD tweeter, huh?
Yeah, FUD tweeter. Was that the signal? Was that the signal to sell there? The FUD tweet. MicroStrategy's CEO, Michael Saylor, says they expected the carnage and they will huddle. So it's the equivalent. I think I'm not selling. I'm not going anywhere.
They're like $1.2 billion in the hole right now on their investment.
Yeah. Well, they're not the only ones. I wanted to, this crypto fund, Three Arrows Capital, facing potential insolvency seems like a big deal. After liquidations worth $400 million, Three Arrows Capital is reportedly working on an arrangement with lenders and other parties. I saw some interesting Twitter threads about this. Someone had retweeted this one, but this guy was pointing out a bunch of stuff. He had apparently called the Celsius collapse and as well this 3AC collapse. That's his claim. But anyway, he says that the collapse of Three Arrows Capital is monumental because they borrow from every single major lender. Think BlockFi, Genesis, Nexo, Celsius. And so he said, expect every lender to take on hits from this.
Yeah.
Also, he says the last public number for Three Arrows Capital's assets was tagged as $18 billion. And then he goes through the math to essentially figure out from November 21st, when they had known about this, to now, they'd be down about 70%. So at best, they'd be at 2.7 billion. But then if you add the shitcoin exposure that everyone knows they had, they're realistically down to $1 billion or less. So they went from 18 billion to maybe $1 billion or less potentially. And so that would be why they're, not being able to meet margin calls. And he's saying that would be the death knell for any hedge fund.
Dude.
I don't think the blood is done. We're not done bleeding. And here, NFT Statistics is another account that we like. And they said, this 3AC and Celsius feels a little like Bear Stearns and Lehman Brothers, but there's no government sitting there ready to bail us out and much less transparency. More dominoes will fall. I am going to start moving money off crypto exchanges. I think tweets like that is just wild.
Yeah. Well, right now the people that are hurting are the longtime investors, like some of these hedge funds. Also lenders, like all these lending platforms, those are hurting. Exchanges by themselves, so far an exchange hasn't gone down yet. And I think that it's also, I think it's going to be harder to take down a lot of these larger exchanges like Binance or like I use some of the smaller ones, and so I'm a little concerned with some of the smaller ones.
And we
releasing here.
have seen
And
halting withdrawals during large flash
Right.
crashes in the past couple of
That
years.
happens.
So that has
That
happened.
happens once in a while.
Yep.
Yeah, and that's usually just yeah, absolutely. And
So
so
the
I
question
could
is,
expect.
could we
I
we
w-
see worse than that? That's the
I,
real
right.
question. Like
Yeah.
there's a mass exodus, type of outflowing type of thing. I don't know. I think we would need flash crash beyond where we
Mhm.
are now. I think there would have to be a major fuddening drop, I think, to trigger something like that, right? You need a trigger wave essentially to really to start the panic, right? So I don't think we're there, but
Right.
we're teetering around where that could happen. And I think if we drop under 1,000 ETH and under 20K Bitcoin, man, it's just going to be bearish for a lot of retail investors, especially too. I think, it's hard to just keep hodling away when you're just getting clobbered.
Retail investors too. Like if you think about retail investors, these are just normal. These are people. These are everyday people that are just sitting down for a cup of coffee with some friends, and they're talking about Bitcoin, and they're like, "Oh wow, look, yeah, the number's going up. I'm gonna buy some," and so it's just like that's not gonna happen for a while, right? People sitting around talking about coffee, getting in, like, "Oh yeah, you should buy Bitcoin." Looking at these charts, why would you? But that's the
That's the
retailer.
psychological thing.
That's
And actually, I've seen
not necessarily what you should be doing.
a lot of crypto people saying that they're buying right now. They're DCAing and they're buying right now because
it's a good
it's
place
low.
to DCA from.
Man, if you believe that we will bounce back, it's not a bad place to DCA from for ETH and stuff, because then if you believe we're going back up to 3K ETH, why wouldn't you buy now? Or if you're going back to 60K Bitcoin, why wouldn't you buy now?
And the thing is that this has been some crazy dumpage before and whatnot, but we really, I think two to three other times, Bitcoin has dumped 80% before. And we haven't even hit that 80% dump from our all-time high. So, it's still, yes, there's still more dumpage to probably come.
Give it to me.
The 80% drops from highs, that's just kind of it's natural. It just kind of happens. It happens.
Dump on me, daddy. Dolph says, watch for them trying to backdoor more regulations as a result of this. Well, yeah, that's kind of what's happening, actually. The SEC boss is calling for urgent crypto regulation as market carnage persists. So it sounds like financial regulators are using the situation as an argument that the new asset class needs more regulation, including the SEC. Chairman Gary Gensler has commented on the recent market downturn, using it to stress the urgency of the need to better regulate. We need investor protection, yada, yada. Well, the whole market's shitting the bed. It's not like this is some unique crypto thing, if you look at the stock market, the numbers don't.
I think what they're going to be looking at are the stable tokens, right? They want to prevent people like the Luna kind of bullshit from really happening.
And that's really the competitor for the Fed. Is the stable?
I think, yeah. Well, I don't.
Right now it's like there because the Fed doesn't have a token, right?
Correct. Yeah, and so I think for them the best idea is just to come out with your own USD.
We know that's what's coming. Yeah, we know.
Yeah. So, I'm not sure. Yeah, I would say that's kind of what's going to be the top priority, and then because I don't know what you can really do about with a lot of these. How would you? Yeah, because with these different kind of lending sites, like just the DeFi sites, right? With the staking, the pools, the lending, and all this kind of stuff. Those ones are going to be interesting because I'm not exactly sure what they would they. Yeah, what are you going to do to those sites other than just try to push the stablecoin regulations onto them? And I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
not
hard
too sure.
to regulate. Right?
It's very. I would imagine if they're in the US, they already have to be registered with this SEC and all that type of stuff. And if not, then that's definitely going to be next.
Like KYCing, maybe making users KYC on DeFi platforms and stuff.
That's exactly right. Yeah, that's what I could
Yeah.
see for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the government knows how much money you lose, I guess.
How bad you're getting rugged.
Yeah, I don't know.
Don't worry, I'm getting rugged,
none of
government.
those. Yeah, a lot of those DeFi sites, like I said, I've experienced with them before, but it's like I don't usually mess with them anymore, just because it's like I've been
Well, even
burned
the
more
big
than
ones
I've
that
actually.
have all the backing, like Celsius and these other, it's like nothing's safe in this space right now. And the shakeouts prove that over and over. And that's why shakeouts are needed, though. It's kind of like a crash, like a bubble. But when a bubble bursts,
Yeah.
it's because things are unsustainable. So
Right.
and the market needs to correct itself. So this is just where we're at, and but I want to leave everybody with a little bit of hopium before we hit the
And Dolph, the CBDC for sure. I think that's what that's
totally.
the correct
Well,
term
exactly. And this is, and that's, they're going to swoop in with that. And it may be perfect timing too. If you have runaway inflation and we need some sort of currency, I don't know what to call it. Reset. I don't know, but it's something, and that could be the CBDC could hit kill a bunch of birds with one stone for them. So that's definitely coming. I mean, we've covered that before, that they've been testing it, and they've been working on a CBDC for a while, so it's not like this is new. But Bank of America survey still says that 91% of respondents will intend to buy crypto in the next 6 months. So this is why, again, it's like, if you believe in the tech, if you're in it for the tech, right? If you believe in blockchain, if you believe that the blockchain is the future of the currency system, then why wouldn't you buy?
If you believe market makers move the markets, and you see where they want to return the price to.
Where they want to return the price to. Yeah. So there's that. And, here's the other thing. This is where I stand too. And I agree with Kevin Rose here, from Moonbirds and, Web2. But he said there's no ETH price at which Web3 becomes less interesting. And I totally agree. That's why I'm in this. I'm super interested in all the aspects. I love the trading. I love that you can trade, you can make money going up and down. I love the NFT ecosystem and culture. I love all the creatives that are getting exposure from this. And I like the direction we're headed. And it's like in its infancy, and it's cool to watch this all unfold, even though there's carnage along the way. But it's a financial market, baby. That's what it's about. So I'm not going anywhere.
We're here. We're staying.
Let's look at the charts.
Let's do this. Dude, my computer's acting all weird. All right. So I have Bitcoin on the weekly, on the Binance exchange, just so we could get a nice big macro picture of what we could be expecting and where we're at and all that kind of type of stuff. All right. So let's draw some lines, okay? Because first line we're going to draw is what was our support and what we broke last week, right? So we broke the support, comes dumping down. Well, we broke it probably a few weeks ago, wicking down below. But the price definitely closed last week. Here we are. This is our current week right here. And it just what's the next level? What's the next level of support? And it's all the way down here at 20K about. Let's just get to 20K. Cool. Now, this is an important one because back here in 2017, this was the all-time high. All-time high 2017.
That.
It was huge. It was huge. I was going in crypto. I was all super excited about it.
What happened?
It was my.
What happened?
What happened? What happened? It crashed. Why? Because the market makers, you see all these green vector candles. You see green vector candles like this. Those are the market makers taking shorts, okay? And retail traders going long. And now, we're down here, right? It dumped down all the way to 3K. So 20K, 3K. What percentage was that? What percentage? 80%. 80% drop. That one was back in 2017. And it did that before, I believe, 2017. So but we don't have that big of a time machine here on the
Binance.
Binance one. So if you just look in the past, it's done the 80% drop before. Likely it can do it again. All right. And so here's our level of
Next
support that
level.
we are really holding. 20K. We are holding that level of support. Let's hope it holds. Right. Take your hopium. Hope that one holds. Hope this is the bottom. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But just in case it isn't, what would
Next
be the
level.
next levels?
Mhm.
Next level 12,
Yep.
about the 12K range here.
That's why
All right.
I'm
This
like,
was the
we don't want
last
to break
level
the current support levels on Bitcoin and
of
ETH. I'm telling you.
resistance. And if you just see this, if you just see like, we market makers were taking, and there are, right, there's confluence here, right? We have vector candle zones that the
Yeah.
market makers want to bring the price back to because they took shorts back in
It's about the
November in
last of it.
2020.
That's almost the last of it down there.
Yeah,
What else will there
exactly.
be to take? You've taken all of
So
it.
now let's figure out. So if we're used to these, if we see like, okay, the market when it corrects itself, it goes down 80% or so. So let's see from all time high. What is that? What is that 80% drop? That is all the way down. Would you look at that? Would you look at that?
Yep.
Would you look at that? 80% drop from all time high is actually 12,000. So what support do I think is most
The
likely the
most
bottom?
important.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, let's look for more confluence. Let's take our fib. Let's go from the low here.
Oh yeah,
Let's
this
do,
is when this is when the esoteric shiz gets real, when you start pulling
all
fibs.
right. Yeah, so here's the low to the high on this fib, and it looks like
786.
we're blowing past the 0.65 level.
Mhm.
We are coming down to the 0.78. So if you see now, in contrast, let's do the fib the other way, just so everyone can understand what kind of behavior we can expect. So here, for example, so you hear the 786 line, right? Right now we're approaching the 786 line. That's where we'd expect to probably hit.
Another little
But it's
bounce
kind of,
maybe on the way
yeah,
down.
and it's potentially, I think here what we're gonna be seeing is something similar to what we saw up here in all-time highs. So here, when it approached the 786, it blew past it right once and twice, right? It just kind of goes up there, not too crazy, but it blows past it, and then it comes right back down. I could see us coming back, extending past that to nail that 12K, right? That just kind of
Yeah.
makes
Could wick
sense.
down there. Yeah.
There's a lots of confluence that says that, right? Um, the other thing is to watch out for is if we do get any bounces, right? Because we could be getting a bounce maybe here on the 20K. I mean, we could be. I mean, this is weekly, so it might not even look like too much on this. But what would that look? Let's get a trend line going here. I mean, I would just imagine it would stay on trend. So yeah, like let's hit the trend line kind of type deal, and then heading right back down. So this is what I'm kind of looking at, these kind of levels. Will it hold this support at 20? I would bet that it actually breaks down to 12 at this moment. And then the other thing I would be looking for is just how long will we be down here, right? Well, this happened in 2017, right? This pump to 20 all-time high, 80% crash down to
Ranged
3K,
for a while. Yeah, for a
back
little
up
while.
to
But then came
20.
back.
Oh
Yeah.
no, not to 20, sorry. Back up to
12.
12. Couldn't get past it. So guys, it didn't break
It
that
ranged.
20K until 2020.
Cool.
So
Yeah.
that was about almost 3 years
Yeah.
that we were down here. Um So,
And I don't know if
do
I'd be
hear
surprised if we saw. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw maybe something similar. I mean, because we have so much uncertainty in the next couple of years. You know, who knows what could happen there? But
right,
we could be down in Goblin Town for a little while, for sure.
few
We
years
could,
for sure.
yeah, we could be
Yeah.
ranging in Goblin Town for a little while. You
Yeah,
know,
and
I
I mean,
know some people want the raging bounce back up to 60, but you know, is that realistic? You know, without some major change in the market and the economy and the world stage, I don't see that, at least not soon. I personally,
nah, I mean,
personally.
I think the reaching all-time high this year got invalidated once it broke this first level of support, because you really needed to hold this level of support to be able to say, hey, yeah, this year we could still get all-time highs. Once it broke this level, it's like, nah, that pretty much invalidates that whole theory. So I mean, I wouldn't be expecting all-time highs at all this year now. Just because, there's just a lot more confluence that says, hey, we're gonna be going down. It's just a matter of, do we hold this, crazy strong 20K level of support? If we don't, what are we where are we going? And I say the next level would be about 12K. And if it broke 12K, I mean, yeah, then you're looking at like what, 8, 9K, 3K. I don't want to get that crazy bad, but and there's not really vector candle zones for the I see here on the weekly, on the massive large charts. It says like macro doesn't really say we should be coming down here. I mean, we do have some. I mean, we do have some vector candle zones actually here, but they're very small. I'm not quite sure if we'll get there or not.
I know those are so small. It just seems like, why chase that when you could go back up and get bigger points of
Yeah, because
liquidity.
what I would
But
imagine is like during these, like as we range on these
they're just
levels,
trapping
right?
people at every level, essentially,
Yeah,
as on the way
as
down.
as yeah. Let's just get these. Let's make it a little cleaner here. As we range in these levels, right? I would imagine we'll create more vector candle zones, right? So right now we have a vector candle zone up here, right here. But I would imagine, right? We come here, we bounce, we hit the resistance, we come back down, right? There's a level here. Could probably, yeah, just works with the trend line, Um, hits here, comes up, comes back down. We could be ranging here, maybe get a W pattern so it gets everyone bullish, and so like during all this like crazy price action that we could probably see around in this area, um, from for years to come, it's yeah, I'm just going to be looking at these major levels of support and resistance, and then
That's what we do. We kind of like, we
you
look
got
at
to
the
trade.
levels when it gets to the next,
Yep.
whatever the next level is, then we look at the levels, and then you keep
Levels,
adjusting. Yep.
momentum. That's what
Yep.
I'm trading on here. Right now, I mean, on the weekly, it's crazy, right? From the 50 MA, it's crazy extended from the 50 to price. So, I mean, the market
Absolutely
makers at some point
insane.
really need to get it returned to the 50
Just
EMA, just because. And the
insane.
reason why market makers have to get it to the moving average is because it has to, right? The market makers need us just as much as we need them to
Of
play
course.
this game. And
Well, yeah,
so,
if no one's putting money in,
so
they can't. There's no money to take.
so right now, the market makers, they need to get people into a mindset of, oh, I could put money into
Yeah,
this now,
they
and
gotta
so that's
trap
why
you.
they need to return it right to the moving average. So soon, I would imagine,
A bounce back up
I
for a little
like I
bit. Yeah.
like the idea of getting a bounce from 20. I don't know, I
I could
like it.
see it. I could see
Yeah.
it because it'd be a perfect trap too. If you're a bear market
Hmm.
maker and you're long term trying to bear, you maybe give a bounce for a couple weeks, right, back up, and give some hopium, and then you just wreck.
Right, and now we go down in these lower time frames. Right now we're on a daily. Okay, we were just on a weekly, and yeah, you see these candles. It's coming to wick
Mhm.
here, but it's
Yeah,
like, no, we don't
it's
want
having
to
a
really
hard
want to
time
go any
dumping. Yeah.
further. Yeah, VWAP is starting to trend up, so that's interesting on the daily. Let's go down to the 4 hour. 4 hour, hey, you know what? There's looks like to be a bearish divergence or bullish. Sorry, bullish
Yeah.
divergence. I mean,
Right. Bullish. Yeah.
right, because we have lower
Lower
prices, but
prices,
momentum
higher momentum.
is starting to pick up. So this is actually, this could be a good place to long from, but understand that, hey, on these time frames, we could just be, claiming some of these vector candle zones, getting up to the moving average, just to
Oh man,
level off the
imagine that.
market
You
here
just
a
you
little
just
bit.
like you bring it back up to 28K and then just bring it back under 20.
Right.
Trap
And the
everybody.
1 hour, I mean, yeah, we're still definitely, remember, we're getting lower lows still. So I would like to, yeah, I guess, yeah, there's a div there. I see, we got lower lows, and you know what though? Momentum is starting to pick up. So, it's gonna be kind of really, really rangy down here, and I would expect to see some sort of bounce from this 20K position. But yeah, overall, I see it going down to 12K. Now I'm not
Maybe it'll be like
financially wise.
today it'll be like FUD the rumor by the news with the Fed, right? Like
That
it's
that
dumping
happens
into
all
it.
the
Yeah,
time,
and then the
dude.
Fed
That
announces
happens
it and then
all the
all of a sudden
time.
there'll be a little bounce for a couple
Happens
days or
all the
something.
time. Yeah, dude. It
Dolph
happens all
says,
the
"Do you
time.
think the entire ecosystem and therefore actual usage of crypto has increased as compared to the last extended dip?" Yes, for sure.
Yeah,
I mean, I think
absolutely.
the number of wallets, the number of on-chain activity, the number of blockchains, yeah, I think there's way
Mhm.
more people. The DeFi ecosystem is much bigger. The NFT ecosystem is much bigger. So yeah, I think there's way more people in the market, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think yeah, you have a lot more people in the market.
Yeah, I feel like
It's just
2017 and stuff was a little more like it was still the nerds, you know? It was still
for
just the
sure.
nerds.
I mean, we didn't have the exchanges like we do now.
Yeah, the
Back
exchanges
then
were
it
pretty
was,
primitive back then,
oh
and
yeah, and like back, really, futures
remember
barely
Ether
really even
Delta?
existed.
Does
And
Ether
I
Delta
just
still
think
exist?
there is a shit ton of more people in the space. It just doesn't really matter. That doesn't matter of what the price is, right?
Yeah,
Because you could sit there and say, oh, all these people are holding Bitcoin, but you have to also remember that we're dealing with the futures
futures
market.
market,
So
yeah,
people are borrowing 100% of
yeah,
whatever they're holding. And so it,
yeah.
it totally distorts everything. And there is, that's just kind
But you
of
know what,
the,
Matt?
the
At
reality.
least 1 Bitcoin equals 1 Bitcoin.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. All right. Well, let's
You can rest
let's
easy with
go.
that.
Okay, so
Okay,
that's Bitcoin. Should we here? Let's
yeah,
do
let's
some
let's
Ape Watch here. Ape
let's check
Watch.
out a couple other tokens, see what
Yeah,
they're
just
looking
real
like.
quick. Just real quick. All
Give us
right.
the
Ape
hover.
is doing pretty miserable. It is one of my biggest losers. It is down 8% right now. What am I looking at? 1 hour chart. It's at $3. How low can it go? Probably really freaking low. That's what ApeCoin could probably do. Because
Well, because
it's
it's
just
not worth anything.
hitting the moving average,
Sorry,
going
everybody.
down, hitting the moving average, going down. Looks like we just got done maybe challenging moving average again, and it's trying to still challenge the fit moving average. Not sure if it'll get up here or not. But it's yeah, it's not looking good for Ape right now. I mean, 4 hour, we're still, ooh, gosh, this looks so bad. This looks bad. Yeah, man.
Yeah, Ape
Ape
not looking
looks
good.
really awful right now, down 8%. Everything is down today. How about that? But that's my biggest loser right now. Looks
Okay.
like is Ape, and ETH is down
7%. Yeah.
7%. Wow.
Man, that green wave on that 4 hours barely holding it together there. It
Yeah,
just wants to
it's
give up.
still
It's like, please, sir,
hanging
let me just
on.
give up.
I think what it wants to do is say, hey, we could be getting a bullish div, maybe though.
Yeah, it's
Um,
forming one for sure.
yeah.
Starting to.
I mean, it's hard to say. Yeah, dude, Yeah, ETH is looking pretty rough.
Well
as
deserved
well
dumping
right
of
now.
ape.
Could I would be looking for short entries like right here. Might be a nice little short entry. But it could be just I mean challenging the 50 MA, come right back down. That's what I would imagine. For ETH. So dang, dude. My best winners, no winners today so far.
Wow. Well, I guess there
It's
you
just,
hear it. No winners today, unless you're shorting.
Well, then,
Maybe,
everyone's
yeah.
a winner then. Yeah.
If you were shorting the past 24 hours, you probably did okay. Okay, well,
Right.
we are going to take a quick intermission, and then when we get back, we're going to talk about NFTs. We got plenty of stuff to chit-chat about over there, so don't go anywhere. Let me get us going here. Bye.
Boy, the bull market is back, dog. I'm laying in bed. I'm seeing like someone's posting. Is it like 30,000 and a half, bro? The fucking bull market is back, boy. The bull market is back. Look, I'm not going to sleep now, bro. The bull market is back, bro.
2 weeks later.
You know what they say, right? They say that the market will humble you. And that's exactly where I am today because I've made so much fucking money. I have to be humble. I'm learning to be gracious about it. Send this shitcoin Bitcoin to zero.
Bitcoin!
It's time to stop! It's time to stop, okay? No more! Where the fuck are your parents? Who are your parents? I'm gonna call Child Protective Services. It's time to stop!
Hello, morning dew. With the brightness of sunshine and a refreshing taste that's right for you. It's fresh as sunrise. It feels like sunshine, refreshing as a morning, the morning dew. Good morning, sunshine. Good morning, friends. Good morning, morning dew.
Morning dew, a totally different type of water from a totally different world. Start your day off right with refreshing morning dew.
Take all your money, buy Bitcoin, then take all your time, figure out how to borrow more money to buy more Bitcoin. You're gonna hold it for a decade, decades. You're gonna give it to your children. Bitcoin for the rest of your life.
Are you familiar with NFTs, cryptocurrencies, altcoins, etc.? Vaguely. Okay. Well, it might be a surprise to you that there is a segment of our civilization that's living in the future.
High dropout rate during the 1 year free. That's somebody's phone? Turn it off before I shove it up your ass.
Mr. Depp, you're down 95%. Have you ever considered selling?
No, I can't. That's no.
It's all a fugazi. You know what a fugazi is?
No, Fugazi. It's fake.
Yeah, fugazi, it's a wazi, it's a woozy, it's not fucking real. Right? Right. Stay with me.
Mm-hmm.
We don't create shit. We don't build anything.
No.
Thank you for watching GMTV.
Oh, we're back. I forgot to unmute us. Anyway, what's up, everybody? Hope you enjoyed our little.
was the best intermission yet, LaFleur.
Oh wow. Okay. Well, that means our show maybe is improving. That's good. Something's happening. That's good.
I laughed. I cried. It was
You
good.
relaxed. You meditated like that little monkey, just listening to Michael Saylor soothe
That's
your-
hilarious.
soothe you. There's plenty of NFT stuff to talk about. If you don't know, yesterday the Goblin Town team revealed themselves, so we know who the goblins are, and you know what? They're normal people. Imagine that. They're just normal people.
They're just normies.
Just normal Web3 folks. Truth Labs was revealed as the team behind Goblin Town. And you know, it's interesting. They revealed themselves, and then they revealed that they were also the creators of this Illuminati collective and this other project called the 187, and that their 1,000 goblins that they had held on, that the team had held on to from the beginning, were going to be raffled to people who own the existing projects, other tokens, other NFT projects. So it's kind of interesting. Also, they announced that there would be a McGoblin burger truck at NFT NYC. So I'm sure we'll see pictures of that once that is spotted. But, you know, it's interesting because then the price of goblins, ever since that announcement, has been on a downward trajectory. So, you know, it's funny. It's like everybody just liked it more when it was when they were LARPing and believing that it was really goblins. And now that they know that it's just a bunch of normal humans behind it, they just don't want it anymore. Magic is gone.
Dude,
It's what do they call that in the in acting and stuff? I think they call it the piercing the veil, or the something. There's where it's like, if you know, if all of a sudden like the audience feels like they're not in the play and in the story anymore, and they notice the acting and everything, then it's like they're out of it. They've lost, you know, they're no longer, they lose interest. So, you know, maybe that's what happened here.
I don't know, man. The whole thing is weird from the start, but I just think the video that they really is just like the text video. And it was just like, yeah, they just dropped like a bunch of news, and they were outing, you know, doxing themselves. It was just kind of like weird. It was just like, couldn't you just like sum that up in like, just make a little doxing video and then you're done? Sure, the McGoblin truck is cool, but
that was
like
weird to put in the video. It could have been its own tweet.
why throw that? I just thought that was
Like
so
a
out
photo.
of place.
They
Like
should
all
have
this
just
weird
tweeted
shit.
it with a photo of the truck. You know, that would have been cool.
Yeah, I was like, well, okay, yeah, just keep that a little bit separate. Just keep this news here, because I think you just dumped a bunch of news on people, and
That's
people
what they
got fucked.
deserve for doxing themselves, filthy normies.
Filthy normies, yeah, man. I don't even know. See, like, I guess, yeah, I think that's part of right. Like you were saying, it's just part of the magic of like not knowing who it was, who it could be.
Yeah, it was
You
like
know,
everyone
I
was
think
guessing and
that's
trying to
kinda
figure out
the-
who these people were. And
It's kind
you
of
know,
the
I
fun
saw
of it, and then
one of the team
I
members,
think
a
it
bunch
took
of
a
the
lot of
team
fun out.
members started posting their actual photo with then their goblin. And because they had put the team goblins, right, and they made them kind of look like the actual people. And it's funny because when people were guessing who the team members might be, there was one that a bunch of people thought was maybe Snoop Dogg, and it's just some random dude, you know, some developer guy that's just people thought it was Snoop Dogg. So it's funny. It's funny. Yeah, and that was, I think, part of the fun of it was the mystery and how it just kind of blew up, and they were LARPing. You know, and
Yeah,
now,
and then they were like,
there's
and
nothing
then-
to it.
And they took them. I think the team maybe took themselves too seriously of saying like, you know, things like, oh, since the success of this, we really have to. People expect so much of us, and blah blah blah. That's why we're gonna be doxing ourselves. And I think that was kind of the exact. Yeah, I know. I think that was the exact opposite message of what everyone was excited about in the first place about Goblin Town. That there is no roadmap. There is nothing that's cool, you know, with it. It's just Goblin Town,
and now
it's
you
just
find
this
out
fun
it's
art
just like,
experience. And now it's just like any other NFT project out there. And now it's boring and lame.
Yeah. Well, and that's like, and there's no, and because there is no roadmap and there's no actual utility or value,
Yeah.
it's got to be now. It's just a PFP project. I don't know.
Yeah. Now it's just like any other NFT project. Now it is just like BAYC.
Yeah.
Now it is. Yeah.
Another,
It's just like
with arguably, I don't know. I like the artist though. I was actually kind of glad that I got to find out who the illustrator was, because I went and followed him, and I'm like, I like this artist. That's my favorite part about the project is the art that they created outside of just the goblins themselves. It was very funky, weird art. And
like the goblins themselves, I'm not like it's cool, but like the other art pieces that the other artwork they do along with it is really cool for sure.
The burgers were cool. It was a fun run, I guess we should say. It'll be interesting to see long term what happens to the price of these, but it's dropped now to like pre-June prices. So yeah, it's fizzling a little. I saw another one was the other deeds. I was watching a little bit of the Nifty Alpha YouTube stream yesterday, and they were just going through NFT projects, and Pio from that show was saying he was like, I should have sold my other deeds when they mint, like at mint that night. He's like, I should have sold.
Of course you should have.
Like,
everyone who had them at that moment should have fucking sold.
I mean, so are we ever going back to $8 other deeds? I mean, something real magical better happen with these other side land plots, because we need that project needs some good news. It's been pretty quiet over there. So hopefully they're building.
Just ever since 430, dude.
Never forget.
Right. Board Ape Yacht Club is Yuga Labs is definitely. I think they definitely need to.
Thought Yuga Labs made goblins for like a little while there.
Yeah.
Funny. It's so funny. The space cracks me up. It's so much entertainment every day. I just never ceases. So yeah, that was some of the things I was looking at. What else was I was looking at some projects that were minting. None of them are that interesting. This one I kind of thought was funny because it's called Degen Money Hungry Pieces of Shit, which I just thought was very relevant, and it's a free mint. It's probably already minted out if it's started, but that's kind of a fun one. You got this Council of Elves, which seems all mushroomy. This is one I think that's going to be minting here soon. So you get your spore token coming from the mushrooms. So and the different mushrooms.
Get your spores. Oh,
yeah.
Maybe is that how you mint too? You like customize your mushroom?
You maybe do, yeah. I like the customizable metadata stuff. That's fun. This one was gonna mint soon. I already forgot. Let's go see. I have it saved here. This one mints today, actually at 1 p.m. So it's a little late notice on that one. But
is it free?
Is it free? So the supply is going to be 2,000 tokens. And let's go back to here. Let's see. This will tell us it's 0.05, bro. So,
pass.
Sorry. Okay, how about this one? Oh, Zombies Town. Except actually, I think it already minted all out. Sorry. Never mind. That one's free. But maybe you could get on this Degen Money Hungry Pieces of Shit project.
Yeah, I'd get on that. I'd mint that. Mint it now.
Let me just connect my wallet to this random shit site and
Oh
man, it's really minting like crazy, bro.
Oh,
minting like crazy. 115 of them minted.
Want to miss out on that one?
Don't miss out. Those are selling out for sure. Well, you never know. These free mints. What's kind of crazy?
Dude, even 10,000 free mints can't even sell out.
I know.
I'm telling you,
it's a weird market. Well, it still costs gas. Still costs gas. But you know what? Is interesting though too about free mint projects is they can quickly go from trickle to just sold out with one influencer tweet. That's like, with the Kansas.
Need one.
It took one influencer tweet to just completely sell out to Kansas in a couple minutes. So
For sure.
A lot of these free mints can sit laying dormant. And that's why, like last week, I was just minting a bunch of free mints just as an experiment to see if I just essentially minted a bunch of free mints. Would one of them get blown up by an influencer or somebody more?
That's it, dude. You just gotta keep swinging at every free mint, and hopefully one of them.
Just lotto tickets.
One of them. Yep, exactly. They're just lotto tickets. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm trying to think. A solid investment in game trailers, Dolph says. Yeah, I mean, many NFT projects that have just been pretty much game trailers.
Yeah, he was making that comment for Yuga Labs basically when we were talking about them.
That's pretty much what it all is. I mean, it's all we still we haven't seen like something super substantive from that project besides another NFT project.
And I think deep down, everyone knows the game's just gonna suck. Right? Like, who's really optimistic the game's gonna be really that great? Really?
Well, if it's got to be better than all these other metaverse plays, or it's gonna be a flippity flop.
Well, just better than other games.
Well,
like that's
got to be at least as good as another like a real game. Yeah, dude. Because all these metaverse games,
there's a lot of good games.
Suck. All these
is it going to be better than Grand Theft Auto? Probably not. I'm saying right now, it's probably not.
If we're lucky, it'll look like Civilization. Like a turn-based. You can't. Just kidding. That's you know what though. That's what I like about Pumpopoly. It's really easy. Just to give Pumpopoly a shout out. I still click my claim. I claim my salary and drive every day. I still claim my salary and drive, and I'm getting more properties over there. Yes. I like Pumpopoly. It's kind of like Monopoly, and it's just fun.
Dude, I still haven't jumped into the near. All right, I'm just gonna do it.
You need to. You just use my link, dude, so that I can get money. So my number go up.
I'll do that.
Use my invite link to near or
hook
to
up,
Pumpopoly.
Yeah, I'll do it.
I know Dolph loves Pumpopoly. I know you do. I know. I know you do.
Money only go up.
Yeah, number go up on Pumpopoly. Leprechaun Town, look at this. This is probably was another free mint, I bet.
Dude.
This was probably another one. You got Leprechaun Town. Yeah, it looks like a nice shitty free mint site. They all look the same now. All the free mints, it's just a landing page.
That's all it needs to be.
Because nobody cares when it's a free mint. Who the team is or
you don't need a fucking Discord.
These are all pump and dumps. So anyway, they're all pump and dumps.
Yes.
For the most part.
Well, at least I feel like the NFT market's being true to itself. Finally, it's finally saying
we are.
It is. Yes. It's finally just saying, "Yo, okay."
Most of these are piles of rubbish.
No one cares about the picture, the art. No one cares about the utility. People just care that they can sell it off to the fool that's going to buy it for higher money.
I mean, how many of these projects are getting just like where, say, a group, right? One of these pump and dump groups. The leader, finds the free mint, tells the whole group, "Hey guys, go buy this." He's already minted some himself. Go mint this, and then they all dump, and and it's just like pump and dump, just pump and dump.
Yeah.
And the influencer dumps on their own audience.
Absolutely.
They dump on the liquidity from their own audience.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Absolutely.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I think. I think anytime that you're buying. Like if you're buying a free mint on the secondary market, like you have to know the game you're playing, and that you're the exit liquidity, right? Like that, right? When you buy an NFT that was a free mint on OpenSea on the secondary market, you have to know you're the exit liquidity. And you have to understand that you're just hoping that there's a bigger fool, more fool than you, that's gonna be actually buying it. And I got that whole fool thing from Bill Gates.
I was just gonna say that. I was just gonna say I saw Bill Gates said, it's a game of the greater fool. I
was like, bro, that's just a Ponzi. That's just a Ponzi. Yeah, like that's not.
It's not just. Everybody's buying and selling to each other. Everyone's trying to buy low and then sell it to the fool that buys higher than them. That's the basics of the market. So
that's it. That's what we've been. Yes, we talk about it all the time. This is what we live in. I just never heard of it being called that before. Like what did he call it? The fool
game of greater fools.
Theory
game
was it?
It's the theory of greater fools. Yeah, theory of greater fools.
I've never heard of that before. I'm like you're basically just describing a Ponzi scheme pretty much, but that's all right, man. Like,
even the whole market is kind of that way. I mean, really. What is this Lacoste
I mean,
thing? What is this Lacoste thing? I can't even pull up that I've seen trending for too much time. This here, let me go to the website. This is the one. It's been trending for days on the top couple. UNDW3 Lacoste. Oh, so it actually is made by Lacoste. This is an NFT by Lacoste. This must have been one of those ones where, like, we would have read the news that this was coming out last week or something on Rarity News or something. But looks like this is a Lacoste NFT project. Dive into the experience. Interesting, dude.
Cool looking.
So they got the alligator or the
A
crocodile.
little crocodile, bro.
The crocodile entering a new era with the launch of the Lacoste UNDW3 experience. I joined the iconic brand as they take members on a journey to experience collaborative fashion. Dude, this one is blowing up too. Right now we got, let's see, it's at a 0.13 floor, but I mean, 30-minute volume is 20 ETH. 30-minute sales, 148. Thing's on fire, dude. The roadmap. They don't even have a roadmap. This is their roadmap, is that they don't have a roadmap. That's it. Yeah, this is it. There's no information here. What are they doing?
I don't know. What are these NFTs
If you're a member,
for?
you'll get an exclusive access to products and content created by the community for the community. So vague. They have a Discord now. Who would have thought Lacoste? I think we're at peak NFT.
Dude, we've
Lacoste
been,
making
man.
NFTs.
We're at like we've been.
Dolph,
I don't
let me
know
get
where
my
we are.
boat shoes selling my Ivy boys so I can go all in.
Yeah.
This is the Ivy boys taken to the next level. I see exactly what you're saying. They're coming for the Ivy boys, Lacoste. I'm fucked with the goddamn chips. I ain't doing this brand NFT stuff again.
Yeah, the chips. No, the chips didn't work out. That sucks.
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry, man. I'm
That was
sorry
the
you got
best
burned
story.
by the chips.
Just to catch people up on that one, Dolph
Yeah.
went and bought a
Like
ton
30
of potato
bags of
chips
chips. Not Dolph,
to get
Crypto
an
went up.
NFT.
But yeah.
Oh, Crypto went up. Did yes, Crypto went
Yeah.
up. Sorry.
Yeah, just to get the NFT. Yeah, which is,
Just to get-
such a degen thing to do. I still have mad respect. I think you did that right before the market tanked too. So, mad respect for being such a degenerate. That's why I love you guys, because you guys are just complete degen.
Good times, man.
Good time, great oldies. Okay, well, I think that pretty much sums up the show for today. I don't think there's much else to chit chat about. But that was plenty. I have a headache. Everything is too overwhelming. There's too much going on.
Hey, we've been on for an hour, and I'm almost out of coffee.
Beautiful.
We all
I
know
am
what
out of
time that
coffee.
means.
It means Matthew needs his coffee nipple.
I need. I don't. What?
Okay, I'm sorry, everyone. That means the
God,
show's
you made
gone
that
on too
weird.
long. This means the show's gone on too
drinking
long.
coffee.
Cue the
Yeah.
rock music. Cue the generic rock music. Here it comes. Here it comes. Here it comes. Okay, everybody. Well, thanks for joining us. Please come back
morning.
tomorrow at 9:30 a.m. Eastern. Like,
Subscribe.
share the show. Check out Morning Friends on Twitter. We love you.